How do you choose who you're gonna work with as a video editor? Should you niche down and be very specific, or should you go broad and try to help everyone? These are the questions that we're gonna answer in this module. So the first thing you need to understand is that every single niche works. And you should not waste your time trying to find the perfect secret niche that just works and people are just gonna pay you money on demand. So every single niche works, you just need to pick one of them. Now that we know this, let's break some of the misbeliefs you have as always. You might have heard some people like Gary Vee say something like, you don't need a niche, you are the niche. And that's 100% true, yes. But it's not applicable for your situation. You don't have enough credibility and authority right now to control the market and be the niche yourself. You first need proof and experience to gain some authority, because if you try to go without a niche, without these two things, no one's gonna trust you. So all those things make sense, but for your current situation, you need a niche to begin with. So what's the natural niche path you should follow as a video editor or any service-based business? So first, start so niche down that it's impossible to not have clients. And then the end point will be going full broad and basically helping everyone. Me personally, I'm still on this path and all of us are. But in my specific example, at the beginning, my niche was insurance agents. So I was doing short form content for insurance agents or brokers specifically. I didn't really know anything about niches at that time, but that's the offer I used to run as a beginner. Then I had my build and release offer, which is I'm gonna build you 100% unique branding and place a trained video editor into your business. My niche for that offer were online coaches doing over 20K a month. So it was still super niche down, but it was coaches doing over 20K a month because those were the people who could afford my offer. And that's actually an offer that I scaled to 10K a month because it was optimized really well in terms of the niche and the messaging. By doing all these things and all these offers and all these services, I realized that the things I was actually really good at was video editing, making content. So I figured out that I'm gonna teach my previous self, like a video editor, do all these things. So right now I'm helping video editors specifically. Then later I might go broader and help any service-based business. And then eventually go even broader and help anyone that wants to make content or make money online. But you get the point. That's the normal evolution. You go from super niche all the way broader until you go super broad. Or let's take Iman's example. When he just started out, he started as an agency, marketing agency, doing ads for e-com brands. Then later, he eventually scaled into educational platform, helping agency owners specifically. And then later, as he grew more and more, now he's helping basically anyone that wants to make money online. Or Alex Hormozi is an example. When he started out, he was helping gyms grow. Then eventually, he went a bit broader and started coaching other gyms how to grow. And then he went even broader and then he started coaching other coaches. And now he went super broad where he has acquisition.com and basically can work with any business on this planet to help scale it. And the mistake that most people make is trying to go too broad too quickly. Like most people see Iman, for example, or some super successful guy and think, oh, it must be because of his niche. Let me just copy his niche and let's expect the same results. Or it doesn't even have to be on that level. You can even get attracted to my offer, my niche, which is currently video editors, thinking that it's gonna work for you. So you have to follow the spectrum because you don't have enough credibility and enough proof yet. So I want you to think specifically and niche down first until you're able to go broad and do what Iman does. And how do you go more specific is in your messaging. So you have to niche down with your content, with your YouTube videos, with your reels, editing style, basically everything that presents you. You're not in a certain niche once you say, oh, this is gonna be my niche. You're in a certain niche once you go out there and expose yourself by making content. So in your content, that's where you present what's your niche. Now, what are the other things you need to know when it comes to picking a niche? So these are three most important things that are gonna help you figure it out. So first, who do you serve the best with your current skill set? And what are the problems you can solve with those skills? So as I said in an offer module, you're not gonna first go and pick a niche and then figure out how you're gonna help those people, but you first figure out the outcome you can provide for people and then figure out what are the people that are gonna benefit the most from that outcome. Second thing is who has the money, because you need people who are helping to have the money to be able to pay you for helping them. And third thing is actually far more important than you think, but who is the niche that you are passionate about helping. So when I started out, as I said, like when I just first started out, I just randomly picked insurance agents, and some of you may start just like that. But later over time, I just figured I love video editing, content creation, messaging, branding, all those things about content. So I figured out that I love those things and then I'm passionate about those things, and I want to help other people succeed in those fields. So grab a pen and paper, write these questions down and write answers to these questions. And I know that some of you will just randomly go and pick, like, for example, helping real estate investors or something like that. And don't get me wrong, like there's nothing wrong with real estate niche. Those people have money, like, I mean, real estate brokers usually don't, but real estate investors have money, like content can crush for them, but don't just go and randomly pick the niche. Like in order for you to work in a certain niche, you need to understand that niche. Like you need to understand, what do these people want? What do they don't want? What are their desires? What are their problems? You need to fully be able to understand the niche to then go and help them with content. And keep in mind, you are video editors. Like there are people like content creators, YouTubers, coaches, agencies. You surely are better at helping those people than helping people in real estate, insurance, solar companies, or something like that. So people who already create content, they already know they need to create content, they already know they need to create more and better content, and you just come in there as their content guy to help them out. Because that's gonna be far better than helping someone who has no clue about content, never in his life created any content, because you might think that he's not creating content, I know how to create content, I'm gonna help him out and blow everything up. But that's not gonna happen in most of cases, because he's gonna be bad on camera, bad on ideation, bad on scripting, bad on everything, and he's not gonna get any results. Alright, so what are some of the other things you need to also look at when picking a niche? So first thing is age. So you need to think about what's the age of the people you're trying to help with. Are they gonna be teenagers, or are they gonna be people that are a bit older? Because with the age, they have different responsibilities, different expenses, different worries. So think about the age of your ideal people. And second thing is their budget. So what are their expenses? Do they even have money to afford you? And focus always on helping richer people. Like generally, they're just better to work with. They have more money, they can afford you and all that. Next thing is figuring out, do you want to work B2B or B2C? So for most of you, for all of you, it's going to be B2B. You're going to be working with the other business. You're not going to be helping customers, which is like normal people. You're gonna be helping some other business with content, editing, or something like that. So for example, if you figure out that your niche is gonna be coaches that are making more than $10,000 a month, you're not gonna go and create content about, here are 3 transitions to make your videos better. Like think about the things and the situations he's in. Like think about the problems he has, the things he's interested in, what he wants. Like he doesn't need transitions. Think about the things he's interested in and then create content about that. For example, he might already know that he needs to create more content, but just doesn't have time to do it. So in your video, you can say, if you're a coach who wants to create more and better content, but you just don't have time to do it, you don't have right system in place in order to do that. And then you just share with him the system that you have to help him create more content. And that's a great idea for a video to create if your niche is coaches making more than $10,000 a month. But you get the point. You figure out the niche you're in, and then you create content about that niche, about those specific avatars. In my personal example, right now, as I'm targeting video editors, it makes sense for me to make videos about transitions and sound effects and assets, because those are the things that editors are interested in. For my previous offer, I was helping people who wanted to post a lot of content. Like when I say a lot, I mean like 500 videos a month. But they didn't want to work with an agency for that, and they actually wanted their content to look unique and to look super clean. So I was creating content about those things and about things that those people would be interested in. You can scroll my Instagram, see the videos that I'm talking about, or you can even see on my YouTube. I posted a video interview with one of my previous clients, but that's how you figure out your niche. See you in the next one.